What's the password? Sarcophagus? That's right. Come on in. What does the air smell like here?
Flowers, moisture, earth. Did something bad. Here we are, sunrise at Pamukkale. We parked at the south gate, which opens at 6:30 a.m. and are among some of the only people here. And there's this really thick, tangible energy here that you can tell there are marks of humanity for many, 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 many centuries.
What does Pamukkale mean in Turkish?
Pamukkale means, Pamuk is cotton, Kale is castle. So it means cotton castle. And that is obviously in reference to the calcium buildup that causes the Travertines.
So we're currently walking through the ruins of Hierapolis, which is an ancient Greek city. It was part of the Seleucid Empire when it was founded in like 200 BC, and it was used as a spa mainly. And it kind of became a city in and of itself where people would come and travel to and relax in these beautiful thermal springs and pools. What does the air smell like here?
Flowers, moisture, earth.
So welcome to the Travertine. This is an area.
Wait, is it Travertine or Tavertine?
I believe it's called Travertine, and it's just the name of these formations that are created by calcium-rich water flowing through pools and leaving deposits. Now we can walk through the ruins of this beautiful area, which is set atop a small mountain, and walk through these areas of terraced pools where people used to lounge. Right now there's no water. I believe there hasn't been water in many years, but that was because of the damming project to reroute the water to the modern town that is below. But I believe that the government is trying to return water to the area, I believe.
So I think the thing that's really incredible about Turkey, and of course, I think many things are incredible about Turkey, but one of the things that is underrepresented is just how much of early civilization is here on these grounds. So we're going to Hierapolis right now. This ancient city is just one of many ancient civilizations here in the heart of Anatolia. As many of you may know, Göbekli Tepe, the first human civilization, meaning the first civilization that we know of where we transitioned from a nomadic people to a more agricultural lifestyle, is actually here in Anatolia as well. So there's just so much rich history, and it's probably all in my head, and as a scientist I think it is all in my head, but it does feel like you can feel that vibration here in the city.
Ooh, it's warm.
It's warm because it's a spring water. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's very slippery. Look at that.
This pool behind me was made for Cleopatra by Mark Antony for her to have as her own private spa. But now you can see that it's filled with ruins because of the earthquake that took out Hierapolis. All of the surrounding structures fell into the pool, which creates this really beautiful, crystal clear underwater architecture that is the result of a travesty. Earth did something bad. It's very sad because Turkey sits on a fault line, and so as many of you probably know, we had a huge earthquake this year in the southern region on the border with Syria, and tens of thousands of people were killed.
Where are we right now?
Please look at this dog following. We are in Ephesus. Edge brought a whole bag of food. Now. Oh, finally it's left. Welcome to Ephesus.
Ephesus was founded in the 10th century BC by the Greeks, and by 120 BC, it was taken over by the Romans, and that's when they say that it reached its pinnacle. But essentially by the year 4 or 500, it was destroyed by the Goths.
Who were the Goths?
The Goths were an East Germanic tribe of barbarians that came in and pillaged and ransacked, and this was also the site of the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7th wonders of the world, because it's one of the biggest temples, but it was razed to the ground, so we just have a little bit of evidence of it. But now we're approaching the Ephesus Amphitheater, which has a seating capacity of like 27,000, and it's one of the biggest in the world. So here we go. It's actually unbelievably impressive. Just even the steps.
The largest
going into
Roman, right? The largest Roman.
Yes.
For reference, Lorenzo's 6'3".
These are big steps. Who are these people that walk around here? How do they put these stones here? Go for it.
You're the Roman. I want you to explain it. You're the perpetrator.
So here, not only did they have orations and spectacles, but they also had gladiator fights. And just in the last decade or so, they've uncovered gladiator cemeteries nearby to here. So definitely they were having sport of war in this amphitheater here. This is the commercial market square, which looks like a very large space, rectangular space, replete with vendor Scylla.
Here for your goods.
And many stray dogs here for your stray food. So we're walking into the Library of Celsus, one of the largest libraries of the ancient world. This library held 12,000 scrolls, all made out of papyrus and parchments. And so it's actually one of the only buildings in Ephesus that's facing away from the sea to avoid moisture, and it's actually facing the sun. As you can see, a lot of fresh sun coming in this morning to keep all the parchments and everything dry and stable through the years.
Welcome to the terraced houses. This is where the most affluent members of society live. Split into two separate houses in 2nd century AD. We've reached the penthouse area, the top floor of the terraced houses. There were originally 7 units here, and then they ended up splitting some of the units later on. But I think for me, the coolest part of all of this was that they found a bunch of graffiti amongst the fine art of people just writing down the name of different goods. So like figs, barley, etc., along with the prices in their local currency. So people were just keeping these ledgers of prices, which was pretty cool to see. For the record, a thermal bath in dwelling unit number 1 was worth 12 units of their currency, whereas a fig was worth, or excuse me, 2 figs were worth 3 units. So just as a reference point for what things cost.
Sir, I will stitch you right back up with this very, very thin needle. It's emergency medicine.